everybody, welcome back to another Wind Down Wednesday with me, Janelle. And this week we are talking about mothers because Mother's Day is coming up. So first of all, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful mother who lives in Brandon, Manitoba, Canada. Honestly, the best mom a girl could ever ask for. I'm so grateful every day to have her as a mother and to have her to be such a close part of my life. And also a shout out to my sister Sandy, who is the best cat mom out there. She loves those cats and they are cared for better than any parent takes care of their own child. And shout out to me for being the best dog mom there ever was, I'm just saying. Anyway, I want to tell you a story, speaking of mothers, that my mother told me about giving someone a second chance in life. Now, I don't remember exactly what had happened when I was talking to her on the phone this one day, complaining. It was about a guy who didn't follow through when he said he was going to follow through, and my feelings were hurt, and she's like, you know, why don't you give him another chance? And I was like, no way, I'm not giving him another chance. You know, he said he was going to do this, he didn't do that, yada, yada, yada. So she tells me this story, and she said, well, if I hadn't given your father a second chance, you wouldn't be here today. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? So back in the day when my mom and dad were dating, on their very first date, my mother was in nursing school. And in those days, you know, they lived in a dorm, they had very strict rules, they could only go out on Saturday night, they had one phone in the hallway that they could use, and, you know, they had met at a dance, and my father had been eyeing her up for a long time, so he was really excited about this date. And so they had agreed to go to the movies on a Saturday night. And my mom said she went and she sat on the bench outside of the nurse's residence station waiting for my dad, who was picking her up at 7 o'clock. Okay, flashback now to my father, who is working with my grandfather at the time on the farm. And he had had a busy day working in the fields, combining, swathing, all that good stuff. He came home exhausted and said to his mom, my grandma, please wake me up at such and such a time, I have a date tonight. Well, my grandmother, in her infinite, or maybe not so infinite wisdom, decided my father was too tired to get up. So she let him sleep, and he missed the date. Now, my poor mom, my sweet mom, sat out there on the bench, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, no calls from the resident hotline. Finally, 8:30, she went in and she goes, well, I guess he's not coming. If that was today in Los Angeles, that guy would have been annihilated. Am I wrong? No. Women have very little tolerance for men who flake. I especially have very little tolerance for men who flake. Okay. Anyway, my mom said that later that week, flowers came to her with a note apologizing, and could he have a second chance at another date the following Saturday? He would explain everything. So my mom got ready again, and this time he was sitting there waiting for her when she came out of the residence dorm room and explained what had happened. He was very apologetic, and that is how their love affair began. So if she had not given him a second chance, like she said, I wouldn't be here right now, and I kind of like me, and I like being here. So my moral of this Mother's Day story is, you know what, sometimes in life things aren't always as they seem. Don't be afraid to give someone a second chance, you know, especially if they come clean and admit what they've done wrong or admit their mistake or whatever it is, because you never know what's going on in somebody else's life. You just can't see, your eyes aren't good enough to see through walls. So allow yourself to be a little vulnerable sometimes because you never know what's going to come out of it. Anyway, so cute story, true story, and makes you think. And maybe people a little second chance sometimes in life. Anyway, hug your mom. Be grateful for the person that gave you birth or adopted you or anybody in your life who's a mother figure. And if you're a good mom, that's the best job you can do. It's like the best gift you can give to your kids is to be the best mom you can be, because you'll raise good kids. And good kids become good people. Loving, kind, compassionate, forgiving, understanding, wonderful people come from good moms and good dads. 99.9% of the time. Maybe Jeffrey Dahmer's mother was a bitch. Who knows? Anyway, on that note, happy Wind Down Wednesday. make sure you do something nice for your mother, and we're all blessed when we still have our mothers living in our lives and be able to spend time with them. Kisses. I like my tulips. They're kind of pretty. Anyway, have a good day. Bye. Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mom.